Hello guys, my name is Lee Wright and I am a content creator based here in the United Kingdom. And on my channel, you'll mostly find DIY electric skateboard content. We do builds, we do reviews, we do rides and all of the sort of stuff that revolves around being a DIY electric skateboard builder. Now Mark, my friend Mark HybridZ has sent over a list of questions for a 1,000 subscriber video special that he's doing. And I've got the list here in front of me, so let's go through it and give these answers to Mark.
Yo, what's going on guys? It's Amar here, aka AS Eskater. I promise it's me, even though I don't have my beard on me today. But yeah, I'm an e-skate reviewer based in the UK. I'm also a videographer, and most importantly, I'm a friend of Mark's.
I have a bit of an interesting story about how I discovered Mark. Now, 3 years ago, I was deciding whether to start up a electric skateboard YouTube channel or not. And I was watching a lot of content in the UK already, and I already knew about Mark HybridZ and his channel. I was already subscribed to him and watching all of his videos when I decided to start my channel. Now, my very first video, which was a review of my first DIY electric skateboard, which was the Duck. I was out recording that, and I decided to give Mark a shout out. I said to him, "Yeah, it's a big shout out to Mark HybridZ. I've been watching your content, dude. It's pretty fucking good, actually. I'd love to come down to Cardiff and have a skate with you guys, just go for a cruise around the bay. That sounds amazing. Let me know if you're up for it, Mark." And Mark responded personally. Mark saw it and responded personally to me and said, "Yeah, if you're ever in the area, I'd love to go for a ride. That'd be awesome." I don't think anybody had shouted Mark out before. I think I was the first person to do it and said, you know, I'd love to come and ride with you. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, a couple of months later, sure enough, with the day job, I had to go to Cardiff in South Wales, and I met up with Mark HybridZ and Mark Hill, and we just had an awesome night in Cardiff. It was hot, it was summer, we had a few beers, we were riding around, it was just amazing. And it was like really early on for me being in this hobby, and it was amazing to ride with other people. And yeah, it was such a nice night. We all really enjoyed ourselves. We swapped phone numbers, and yeah, we were friends forevermore. After that, we were in a WhatsApp chat together with a few other people, and we decided to go on holiday together, and we spent 3 days together in Bristol, where we had an awesome time. And you know, both of those occasions have been recorded and are on YouTube, and we can look back at them, and often do look back at them and relive those times again with a good friend of mine, Mark. So yeah, that's how I met Mark.
So that's actually a really good question. About a year ago now, I was just starting off on Instagram, you know, building my own sort of profile there. And I wasn't following many people at the time, and Instagram really wanted me to follow Mark for some reason. They just kept recommending his page to me, and yeah, I was really fascinated because when I clicked on his bio, I saw that he said he was an e-skate YouTuber based in the UK, and I went ahead and checked out some of his links, his YouTube channel, and I was just amazed at the quality of videos that he was outputting and producing. So I was obsessively like watching all his stories and stuff on Instagram, and yeah, I would reply to his stories, and then we sort of got into conversation from there. And the rest is history, I guess. We just became really close pals from there.
How did I discover Mark? I think it was from watching some Mike Shelley's YouTube videos, and when it comes up in the next playlist, clicked on the next one, and there was Mark riding his booster board around Wales, which I absolutely loved. This is, I don't know how long ago now, back in the days when people actually had, you know, booster boards that did 7 miles. So yeah, I used to check out Mike Shelley, Mark and Lee, probably the only YouTubers in the UK I was watching at the time.
How did I discover Mark? As it was, I'd been e-skating myself since about 2016. COVID hit in about 2019, so 2-3 years before this came in. I'd ridden an Evolve small board on my own. There's nobody else really in this area, and really still isn't. So I wasn't really introduced to any form of a community. It was just myself having little rides on my little Evolve. When lockdown hit, I obviously couldn't go out. There was a lot of inconsistencies in what we could do and what we couldn't do. So I went on YouTube and I started watching videos on there. And I was thinking about upgrading my board. The Evolve had been a little bit long in the tooth, and due to my weight, especially through the COVID period, I wasn't getting the range or the speed out of it that I wanted. One of the boards I was looking at was the La Croix, I put the LaCroix into YouTube, and as it was, Mark had just created his video on what he thought about the LaCroix Lone Star, which he hadn't long required. So I watched that, loved the video. He basically told me everything I needed to know about the board, and actually off the back of that I actually went and ordered one, even though there was a 3-4 month waiting list. I ordered it specifically from Canada. Watched a couple of his other videos then from the previous boosted days, and was basically hooked. So I subscribed and have watched him ever since. So realistically, that's how I first saw him.
My favourite ever Mark HybridZ video would definitely be the one where we were in Cardiff together for the night. That was brilliant, and obviously for personal reasons my favourite video. But I also did enjoy, and I think it's a boosted board V2 review, where Mark Hill exclaims that the boosted V2 is brilliant because it has high-vis wheels for safety. And that always sticks in my mind as one of the funniest moments on Mark's channel. So yeah, I also did enjoy that. And of course also the video where he crashed his drone into the hotel, but we don't talk about that one, do we, Mark?
Favorite video, this is going to be a really tough one for me. If you'd asked me this a while ago, I would have said a video on Mark's channel called Just Another Boosted Board Ride or something like that. And that's just because I realized that Mark was using so many cameras in that video. I'm sure he was using a 360 cam, his phone, a drone, and even probably a GoPro as well. And that was just really impressive. As someone who makes films myself as well, I really appreciate the effort that Mark would put into his videos. But more recently, his last video on eskate mental health was a video that really resonated with me, and you know, him surviving the lockdown and how eskate really helped him in that sort of journey. I really resonated with that video, so that's going to have to be my favorite video. There's so many amazing points which you raised there, Mark, and yeah, I'm sure a lot of e-skaters across the world would echo your thoughts that you shared in that video of how beneficial e-skate is to our mental health, especially when we're all locked down.
Favorite video has to be the latest Apex video. Absolutely love that. It's an amazing board, and you can see when reviewing it the passion, the joy that comes out in owning that board. Absolutely brilliant. I love that one.
What do I think is the favourite video of mine that Mark has made? I find this one a really difficult one to answer. I would immediately say the one with me in it, obviously, but you know, I can't even say that is true. Once I first saw Mark's videos with the LaCroix, I looked back at his older videos, and the original videos were more ride orientated, and the original boosted board videos are just fun. It's like watching a comedy show. I truthfully don't know Mark's friend that was in with him with the first couple of videos, but they click so well, and I would watch it as a television series if somebody brought it out, sort of thing. But they were great, and after watching that, the Cardiff Bay run, and then this is basically how I met or first saw or heard of Lee Wright, because there's a couple of videos that he's done with that as well, and Lee will feature again later on. But I would struggle to say which one. They're all good in their own manner. They've got better and better as they've gone along. You see the original ones, and Mark will say this himself. You know, he's looking at the camera quite a bit. The editing is not brilliant. Everything is put together, but it made me watch the whole thing, so it's obviously good enough. As Mark's videos have gone on, the editing, everything has been polished and better, but he still hasn't lost that sense of humour, so that's probably as much as I can say on that one.
So if you meet Mark away from the camera, you're going to find pretty much exactly the same person you see on the camera. He's very funny, he's very chilled out, laid back, up for a good time. He's just, yeah, he's brilliant, but there is a slight difference, and there often is with us YouTubers. You know, when we talk to a camera, we're a little bit different to what we're like in real life, and I think that's true for Mark. He is just a little bit shyer than he appears on camera, which is super interesting. He's a very humble guy, and he is a little bit sort of reserved and shy, but he is absolutely brilliant, you know, top bloke, and yeah, really nice to hang out with, go for a few beers and talk about all of the goings on in the electric skateboard scene, because Mark's very on the pulse, and he sort of knows everything that's going on. He follows all of the various vendors and parts and stuff like that. So yeah, he's pretty knowledgeable on the electric skateboard scene as well.
So I would say that Mark is just as bubbly and genuine offline as he is online, and that's a really wonderful thing, because a lot of creators out there have this sort of persona that they put on when they turn on the camera, and they become a sort of different person when the cameras are off. But you don't get that with Mark. What you see is what you get. So he's so genuine on camera, off camera. Honestly, I really can't tell the difference. And yeah, that's exactly what you want from a creator. Super humble, super genuine, keeps it real. And the beautiful thing about Mark is he just does what he wants to do. He's not so worried about what people think about him and stuff, and critics and stuff. And I think, honestly, having a YouTube channel, that's the sort of outlook and approach which we should be taking.
Online to offline, you know what, I think he comes across exactly the same. I know Mark online for like quite a long time, and only just had the pleasure of meeting him on our last ride, the Apex ride in Wales. And yeah, super lovely guy, really friendly. If you're watching this and you're in Wales and you don't know any other e-skaters, definitely recommend hitting him up. He will introduce you to the Carve Welsh contingent, and yeah, man, he's a brilliant guy, great ambassador for e-skate.
How do you find Mark's presence online to offline? And truthfully, there is no difference. What you see on video is exactly what you get. He's laid back, he's funny, chilled, and you know, I don't know what to say really. A lot of these YouTubers take themselves a little bit too seriously, and yeah, there's a market for everybody. But this is the kind of thing that keeps me going, and lots of other people as well. I'm pretty sure you don't need to be taken too seriously all the time. There are reviews out there if you want somebody to sit there and give you the breakdown of everything. That's great. Mark's done things like that as well. Doesn't like taking things apart, as he says. It's all about the fun. It's all about the rides. He's no different. If you meet him in real life, it's the guy you'll be watching on the thing. The only thing I will say is, I keep going on about this Newport twang, and you may understand or you may not understand if you're from the area. Mark did a seminar this week online with 4 or 5 different other riders, and I think whether it's because he's now becoming famous, he wants to turn it down, that he may be taking elocution lessons. The Newport twang is kind of faded out a little bit, so maybe he's trying to appeal to a little bigger market, and I'm not sure. That's something you'll have to ask.
I think often, and me included in this, YouTubers can take themselves a little bit too seriously, and you know, that isn't always good. It's always nice to see some lifestyle content, some relaxed content, and I think that's what makes Mark's channel different to everybody else's. You know, you find all of the fancy reviews and stuff online with the fancy camera angles. Mark's channel isn't really like that, although he does do that stuff. His channel is more focused on the lifestyle, you know, this adventure, this journey of a guy that's finding his way through the electric skateboard scene, you know. If you go back and look at his content, he started off with the boosted board V2, then he went to the boosted board Stealth, then he went on to the Aqua Lone Star, and now he rides an Apex Predator. And I really like his channel where you can sort of see his journey through this, you know. And I think that makes his channel really, really interesting. You know, he doesn't take himself too seriously. It's laid back, it's chilled out, and it's just one guy's passion and one guy's adventure.
I think Mark's unique selling point is that he just does whatever he likes on his channel. He doesn't take himself too seriously. He's always up for a laugh and a joke, and it's really refreshing actually to see. You can never be bored watching a video from Mark HybridZ.
What makes Mark different from other content creators? I think some people just get like too bogged down in like specs and getting into like real nitty-gritty details. Mark's just like, look, here's my board, I love it, get on it, go for the ride. There's no messing about. It's just like one of my favourite YouTubers that got me inspired was a guy called Thomas Heaton, and he used to stick a GoPro on the end of his tripod. He's a photographer, and he'd just walk around with this tripod and stick a GoPro on the end, and his whole channel was, I'm going for a walk, take some photos, I'm taking you with me. I think Mark's channel really has that essence of like, I'm going for a skate, you're invited, and he just takes you on the ride, and I really like that.
Next question is, how do I find Mark different from different content creators? Everyone is different. There's not two people really that I watch that I see that are exactly the same. Mark's videos have the sense of humour and they don't take themselves too seriously. You might find that across a couple of my different answers, but it is that situation basically. I love the sense of humour. Yeah, okay, he's from the same area as me, so I'm a little bit biased probably to the Welsh perspective, but no, his videos are gripping. I watch them to the end, where half of them I might go halfway through and think, oh my god, this is boring, I'll flick through. But no, Mark's is there's always something around the corner. There's always a little bit of humour in there. There's good information in there. Everything's there that I need, so therefore that's why I like him.
I think Mark's videos don't take themselves too seriously. They're quite chilled out, laid back, at times really funny. And his videos are more around just being an average electric skateboard user. And they're kind of like his, like I said before, his journey through electric skateboarding. And I think it's really cool. So yeah, that's how it explains content.
Right, how would I describe Mark's channel to people who aren't familiar with it and aren't familiar with him and the sort of videos that he makes? What I would say here is that Mark's focus, I guess, for his channel is to make memories, both for himself and also for the viewers watching as well. And it's a really, really nice sort of motivation behind a YouTube channel because he's documenting essentially this portion of his life, which is eskate, some other videos as well. And yeah, it's just really, really awesome because you've got all these videos sort of permanently stored on the internet, and you can look back on them in years to come and watch these reviews, watch the rides, watch all these experiences that you've had in the past, and it's super awesome. Not only for him, but also for his viewers. I would also say that Mark has a sort of obsession in a very good way with quality. I have that exact same obsession. I won't publish stuff on my channel unless I think it's worth publishing, and I think that stems from him really valuing, I can't even say the word, him really valuing his subscribers. And it's the same for me. I'm really appreciative of everyone who's subscribed to my channel. Mark is too, and so we really want to bring the best sort of content that we possibly can for you guys. So obsession with quality, obsession with, you know, getting the video editing to a really, really high standard, getting the footage that you're filming to a high standard. And I know for a fact that Mark's invested in so much gear, camera gear, microphone equipment, all that sort of stuff, all for your guys, you know, viewing pleasure. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe to Mark.
How would I describe Mark's videos to someone who's not seen them before? Yeah, I mean, it's just the joy of getting out for a ride. And when you try and explain the feeling to someone, that kind of, I don't know, that uplifting kind of moment you get on as soon as you pull the trigger on the remote and you're off, and it's like, oh, the world's suddenly a different place. I think he captures that lovely, just get out, going for the ride, and you can hear all the way through the video like how much he's enjoying it. And I think if you want like the essence of eskate and those simple pleasures, that's what's captured in Mark's videos.
Okay, how would I explain Mark's videos to somebody that had never watched them? Depending on what they were into, if they're into eskate, then fine, watch them because the content is going to be invaluable. If they're not into eskate, watch them anyway. The humour and the comedy, again, in the rides is enough to give you something to watch and some entertainment. So it goes both ways.
What would I like to see from Mark in the future? You know what this is going to be, Mark. You know it. In the future, I would dearly love to see Mark be more consistent with uploads. Like, I really enjoy his content, and from a personal point of view, I'd like to see more of it and more often. I know I'm one to talk recently, and my channel hasn't really produced much content recently, but you know, his channel is very sporadic with the video uploads. You'll get like, he'll have like a flash of inspiration, you'll get a bunch of videos, then he goes quiet for a while, then you'll get a bunch of videos. That's kind of how his channel works. I'd love to see him more consistent, not only from a personal point of view, but also it would help his channel with the algorithm.
Right, so what would I like to see from Mark in the future? Some guys watching this may not really understand where I'm coming from, but I'm someone who is a perfectionist when it comes to video editing. You know, I'm a real nerd when it comes to videography and stuff. And I was really, really happy to see that Mark's recently been playing around with color correction LUTs, and he's been slapping that onto his footage. And the beauty of LUTs and color grading really is that it just adds a whole different dimension to your sort of video, to your raw video, and it really brings life into the image if you do it correctly. So I've noticed that Mark's been using LUTs on some of his recent videos, which I really like, but in the future I do want to see him dabble a bit with actual color correction and not just color grading. So color correction is going to be adjusting white balance where you need to, bringing the highlights up or down, bringing the shadows down or up. And yeah, doing that before you actually slap the LUTs onto the footage will just give off a so much more professional look. So yeah, color correction is something I really want to see Mark dabble into in the future, but that's just a really sort of niche point. Really, Mark is on the perfect and the right trajectory, and any video that he's going to be producing, it's always been better than the last and previous videos. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, Mark, you're killing it.
What would I like to see from Mark in the future? More consistency. I know it's hard, like getting videos done. It's taken me a long time to get around to making this one. I'm really sorry. But yeah, just more. Just get out for a ride, film it and share it with everyone. Sometimes it's hard to get out for a ride and you live vicariously through other people's videos, and yeah, Mark's videos, I love just checking them out and just going for that ride. So more videos, please.
Okay, what would I like to see from Mark's upcoming videos? More of the same, really. We've created some great videos this year. There's going to be more of the same next year. Better rides, new boards come in that we can check out and see where we're coming from. The Apex boards have flown this year. We've got a couple of Aquas. We've now got a couple of hybrids and mixed. So yeah, it's all going to get better. The bigger and the better the community, especially here in South Wales. We're really going to big it up next year. So more to the more content.
Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers, Mark. I know I've said this to you in private already, but it's well deserved, mate, and a long time coming. And I think it's really nice that you've hit that milestone. It's something you've achieved recently, and hopefully it's going to spur you on to the 10K, which is the next big one.
Right guys, so I would say Mark hitting 1,000 subscribers on his YouTube channel was completely inevitable. Just like him hitting 10,000 subscribers and going on and hitting 100,000 subscribers, it's also completely inevitable. His videos are just a complete joy to watch, and I sometimes find myself actually going back on his channel and binge watching old videos which I've already watched. And for someone that spends so much time watching thousands of videos on YouTube, that's really saying something, because it's very easy for me to get bored watching content. But with Mark's videos, they're so engaging and so entertaining. So yeah, inevitable that he was going to hit 1,000 subscribers, and once again inevitable that he's going to go beyond that and hit 10,000 and hopefully 100,000 one day as well. Keep it up, Mark.
1,000 subs, man, I remember getting 1,000 subs. It took me so long and it was so hard. I tell you something, from this moment on, things just get better. You hit that 1,000 mark and it's magical. Things pick up so much. Definitely keep it up. You're doing really well.
Okay, Mark has recently hit 1,000 subscribers, as I said. What would I like to say to that? Okay, Mark has recently hit the 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and for those that don't realise, this is a massive achievement. I mean, I've got 3 people on YouTube. Not that I really try and push it, but it is a huge achievement. It's a massive commitment. I know Mark has a couple of incentive things going on that for his subscribers that are going to be announced in the near future, but well done, mate. That's absolutely fantastic, and let's hope it's going to be 2,000 very shortly.
For realsies, bro. I'd definitely say for realsies, bro, to Mark right now. I love what you're doing, Mark. I love your content. I love your channel. I love you. Keep going, bro. Keep making the videos. Keep doing what you do, dude. And I'll be here to support you all the way, of course.
If I could say anything to Mark now, what would it be? Jeez, I don't know. Just keep it up. Seriously, keep it up. Thanks for being part of this community. Thanks for repping like the whole of carving Wales and looking after everyone. It's so cool to have you on board. It's great to see your videos, and just keep introducing people to eskate. Keep making the content. Keep connecting people with each other, and amazing things will happen.
if I could say anything to Mark that I thought of now, I would say, you fucking wanker making me do all this fucking work. It's taken me 3.5 fucking hours. I've been sitting here, I've gone through fucking almost a bottle of brandy, had to fix my fucking microphone. Fucking hell, wait till I see you fucking. If I could say anything to Mark now, I would say, mate, you've had a brilliant year. We're going to have a better next year. And here's to 2022. Cheers, fella.